Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, dear viewers. Welcome back to Islamic Essence, your spiritual companion on the journey of knowledge, faith, and reflection. In today's enlightening episode, we will explore the timeless virtues of Surah Al-Kahf, a powerful chapter of the Holy Quran that holds immense significance for every Muslim, especially on Fridays. We will uncover the correct time to recite it, the deep wisdom behind its verses, and the miraculous story of the people of the cave, known as Ashab-e-Kahf. So stay with us till the very end of this video, and let your heart be inspired by the light of divine guidance. Surah Al-Kahf, the 18th chapter of the Holy Quran, contains 110 verses revealed in Mecca. The chapter is named after the famous story of the young believers who sought refuge in a cave to protect their faith. A story so miraculous that even today, it continues to strengthen our belief in resurrection, divine protection, and the power of tawakkul, or reliance upon Allah. It is a well-established sunnah of our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, to recite Surah Al-Kahf on Fridays. This simple act, when done with sincerity and understanding, brings a multitude of blessings and shields the believer from various trials. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "Whoever recites Surah Al-Kahf on the day of Jumu'ah, a light will shine for him between the two." Fridays, Sahih al-Jami. Isn't it amazing that a few minutes of recitation can offer a whole week's worth of spiritual light? One of the most frequently asked questions is, should we recite Surah Al-Kahf before or after Jumu'ah prayer? According to Islamic scholars and authentic Hadiths, the day of Friday in Islam begins from sunset on Thursday and lasts until sunset on Friday. This means you can recite Surah Al-Kahf anytime during this period, from Thursday Maghrib until Friday Maghrib, and still receive the full reward. Whether it's before going to sleep Thursday night, early Friday morning, or even after Jumu'ah Salah, the blessings are still yours to receive, inshallah. Now let us journey into the core of Surah Al-Kahf, the legendary story of the people of the cave. This event took place shortly after the ascension of Prophet Isa, Jesus. During that era, the Roman Empire ruled over Palestine, and Christians were oppressed under the rule of a tyrant king named Dajjal. Young believers who followed the teachings of Prophet Isa found themselves in grave danger. The king ordered them to abandon their faith or face execution. These youths, full of iman and courage, fled the city, putting their trust in Allah. They sought shelter in a remote cave, praying for divine protection, and Allah answered their call in the most miraculous way. The Quran tells us that they were put into a deep sleep for 300 years, and during this time their cave was sealed. Centuries later, during the reign of a just Christian king named Theodosius in 440 AD, the cave was miraculously reopened. A shepherd broke the seal while grazing his goats, and the sleepers awoke. Unaware of how long they had slept, they sent one among them, Yamliha, to buy food from the city. When he tried to pay using ancient coins, people were shocked. The currency hadn't been in circulation for 3 centuries. The king, scholars, and ministers were informed. When they visited the cave and heard the full story, they were deeply moved. The king prostrated in gratitude and declared, "O Allah, you have answered my prayer. You have shown the world a sign of life after death." The people of the cave then returned to their resting place, where they passed away peacefully. Graves were built inside the cave, and the location was honored by future generations. Modern-day archaeological research points toward a site near the city of Amman in Jordan, known as the Cave of the Seven Sleepers. that closely matches the descriptions given in Surah Al-Kahf. Ancient inscriptions, artifacts, and even the peculiar design of the cave, which receives sunlight as mentioned in the Quran, all affirm the truth of this divine miracle. Now let's explore the beautiful rewards and spiritual benefits promised by the Prophet, peace be upon him, and the companions for those who recite this. Surah on Fridays. Number 1. Protection from the Dajjal, Antichrist. Whoever memorizes the first 10 verses of Surah Al-Kahf will be protected from the trials of Dajjal. Number 2. Illumination from one Friday to the next. Whoever recites Surah Al-Kahf on Friday will have a light that will shine for him from one Friday to the next. Al-Hakim. Number 3. Peace and tranquility. Abu Huraira narrated that the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "Whoever recites Surah Al-Kahf on Friday, tranquility will descend upon him." Number 4. Sins forgiven. Whoever recites Surah Al-Kahf on Friday, Allah will forgive his sins. Ibn Mardawiyah. Number 5. Increased Iman, faith. Whoever recites Surah Al-Kahf on Friday, Allah will increase his faith. Narrations from the companions. Number 6. Light till the day of judgment. For the one who recites Surah Al-Kahf on Friday, a light will be granted to him until the day of judgment. Abdullah ibn Amr. Number 7. Blessings in both worlds. Ibn Abbas said, "The one who recites Surah Al-Kahf on Friday will succeed in both dunya and akhirah." Number 8. Protection against Satan's whispers. The one who recites Surah Al-Kahf will be safe from the whispers and traps of Shaitan. Dear viewers, the spiritual light of Surah Al-Kahf not only illuminates our hearts but strengthens our connection with Allah. It reminds us to trust in Him during trials, to seek refuge in faith when the world feels overwhelming, and to remember that even miracles can happen when hearts are sincere. This was a detailed look into the magnificent Surah Al-Kahf and the miraculous story of Ashab-e-Kahf. We hope that today's episode has not only increased your knowledge, but also inspired you to make the recitation of Surah Al-Kahf a regular part of your Fridays. Let us strive to practice this Sunnah and encourage our families and friends to do the same. May Allah grant us all the light, peace, and protection that this blessed surah brings. Before you go, write a beautiful name of Allah in the comments as a form of zikr and barakah. Subscribe to Islamic Essence for more spiritually enriching content. Until next time, stay blessed, keep reciting, and never stop seeking the light of the Quran. Jazakum Allahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.